So a couple years back, this little pipsqueak, Mitch Lovin, used to go by Mars Life. Uh, it was like a trade off. I can't remember who came first, right? The chicken or the egg, but it would have been maybe Frauditor Troll had to take over on a smear campaign from Mars Life, who goes by Mitch Lovin now. But Frauditor Troll, because of that era and timing, the fails. It's like one fails, right? Oh man, I don't want smoke from that guy, right? He's kind of bringing some serious smoke. And then next one's lined up. Oh shit, right? And then his little buddy, Frauditor Troll's little buddy, he's like, we're gonna go get you, Cox, right? It's like, the fuck you really gonna try to do? You know, you and your little puppy mills just, yeah, it's stupid. Yelling roll call every morning, right? From somebody else's different stream. Anyways, so Frauditor Troll wanted to bring some smoke. He doesn't want it all of a sudden real quick. And then one of his little buddies takes over. But it's interesting about the timing about that. And then also this case that he's involved with. Uh, the thing is, what they're really not going to talk about is the way they're using each other's content pertaining to fair use and and then the monetization. See, the thing is, in publicly throughout the arguments, you're not hearing much about monetization, and that's what this pissing match is over trying to sue each other for using each other's content. That's well, let's let's listen to what Frauditor Troll has to say about here. This dumbass, double dumbass.
Conclusory and speculative arguments,
Uh huh.
they were able to bring it past the pleading stage, which means that my motion to dismiss was denied. Now imagine how it would go for you now that you have admitted to using it. How completely brain dead can you be, Chris? And here's the thing,
You're
these
talking
people.
about Chris Reader's talking about the use of ripping software and using each other's videos. That's why I've always been, preference of screen recording to be able to get, you're not just downloading somebody's video and then re-uploading it or, taking it and chopping it up. It's more of a real time with commentary every. Yeah, I mean, it's actually, I believe in the fair use, supposed to be every minute or 30 seconds or something like that is your range, but they've got the algorithm set so far down that in a couple of seconds, 2 to 10 seconds, you can technically get a copyright strike. But the thing is, using somebody else's material. But the thing is, those artists, and I've been struck by artists where I was just like, it's really when you're fair use, nonprofit, you're not asking for any donations, you're not monetized, right? That's a promotional type of thing. When I play somebody else's video, it's still, even though I don't like them, it's still in a sense promoting them. But the thing is, that shouldn't be strikeable, especially with there's some type of parameter of copyright being, the copyright fair use being acceptable by so many parameters of a remaster or transformative piece of work. Problem is that when you are butt hurt and you're striking each other and taking each other to court, not really bringing in the monetization part of the argument, or even it might be in court in the court cases, but with it being um, the part of the monetization not really being talked about public. That's where the deception kind of starts, and obviously it is a piss and war over monetized Creative Commons or creative transformative works, where I mean it's just the way art and music should be, in my opinion, should be. I mean, it shouldn't be capitalized on like it is somebody else's, especially somebody else's work. And these guys really aren't got anything really original anyway. So it's just blasting each other back and forth, talking stupid, and calling it content, which it really isn't. It's more of, well, anyways, I think what it does boil down to is you got more than 2 to 10 seconds to give commentary in between somebody's work to make it transformative, or like a remix with music. This guy's dumb. Anyways, this guy's
They
dumb.
make me angry. Like
Uh-huh.
stupidity literally pisses me off when I see
Uh-huh.
something like this.
No.
Now,
This Frauditor troll is beyond. He's like double dumb to me. Okay, seriously, for many years. It's just because these guys are more. I would think Frauditor troll, the way he's connected, very, I would say, deeply into trying to gang stalk people with his doing roll call tooth fairy style, or NTF style, or Spamsla G style, or all the puppy mill mommies. He's just kind of like another puppy mill mommy sergeant that has to go on the front many channels. He's more of a propagandist piece of shit than actually an artist. So there should be a difference in court on, anyways, being a dumbass versus stealing people's, art to make money off of, versus you're not making money off of, so you're actually trying to, well, you're just kind of promoting no matter what. So it's, and that's for me, I much rather promote a musician and an artist than some mouthhole trying to get, just drag people's names for donos. And that's kind of what fraud or troll is. But the monetization, who knows? Can you make more in monetization than donos? Can you make more donos? It's sick. It's the way cybernetics works to transform radioactive communists to become antennas for the big shit showing agenda. Anyways, let's get down to the bottom of this idiot here.
Chris, in his mind, he doesn't understand because he thinks he's safe. He thinks that because he uses small portions, he's in the clear. That's not how it works. You have just confessed to using Ripper.
See, and it's coming down to the difference between a screen recorder ripper, rebroadcast, restream. That's why maybe Liz is screaming, restreaming, or restreaming, or restreaming, right? But yeah, the difference is really giving some commentary to it, and then claiming, your fair use. You're not here for product placement, so forth, or there to drag people's targets or opponents, right?
Even if
Work
you
for
use
anybody.
10 seconds, 2 seconds of someone else's video, they can bring you to court. Now,
I I don't think that's accurate. So when I've used in the past, I did I wanted to replay a documentary that was an intro for a stream, and the artist struck it for copyright, which is fine. If people want to do that, that's fine. But if you don't want to be promoted, then you have the right also. But it's the artist being able to have the right, whether and like, no, I don't like that guy or whatever, and striking you for copyright versus taking you to court. He can take you to court, and then I think it's Section 203 or something like that that deals with the powers, in Silicon Valley and big tech, not being, made liable for what happens, third party type stuff where you got to sue each other or decide, right? But you got to decide as an artist, if I use somebody's song, do they want to strike me and take down, either the channel or the video, or do they want to let it go because it promotes them? Because there's going to be a tag. See, so actually having tags there, if you're going to have copyrighted material where you're going to strike it or make sure there's a tag if it's played, that's only promoting it. And finding songs. See, in my case, I like it because I know old songs and artists that might be a white label, and see if it tags. And it might tag, and oh shit, I didn't know it was that artist. So in a sense, it works out for me. But if people want to be dicks, they can be dicks. If they just don't want their material used, there should be a tagging system where it alerts them, hey, this guy just used your material. What do you want to do? Do you want to sue him or take it down or let it go? And I think that's kind of what it is. Anyways, 2 to 10 seconds, using 2 to 10 seconds, and all of a sudden you're getting sued. is, I think, very far fetched, and that's why this dumbass thought he could pull off what he could. The 1201 section, I'm kind of learning, but it was, I think, the section 203 or something like that that was, dealing more with, Silicon Valley, farce book, or not being able to be sued because of third party type shit going on. Anyways, these guys aren't going to get into that, but the problem is still, I think they're just having, they're kind of stepping on each other just for that monetization spot and being able to use. But even with monetization, yeah, you should be able to use somebody else's video, especially if they're talking about you, and not be struck when you're going back and forth. But anyway.
Portions, he's in the clear. That's not how it works. You have just confessed to using rippers. Even if you use 10 seconds, 2 seconds of someone else's video, they can bring you to court. Now, let's find out if he uses other people's content, right? I'm sure he doesn't because he's so confident about blatantly admitting to using rippers. There's no way he would.
Dude, there's no way, man. He was pretty confident when he all of a sudden had to put me on blast for something stupid. Huh? Send his little goon squad flying monkeys to, make threats. Dude, seriously, it was stupid as fuck. So, anyways, yeah, these guys are dumb. You're gonna go to jail, man. You're gonna get sued, dude. You better not do that, man. God, holy crap! I just got hit with a bunch of noties.
Use other people's content, right? All right, so here he is using footage of the Whatever podcast. It looks like he's talking about this guy called Andrew Wilson that couldn't open a jar of pickles. I checked on his video. He used about 1 to 2 minutes of this footage, so he can get sued for that. He already gave them the evidence that he uses ripping software and he's using their video.
I think more so over anything, you're going to get sued if you're trying to monetize. If I'm talking about it and I'm going, hey, these guys were awesome, or this band kicks ass, you got to check this out. And we play a little bit of it, like 30 seconds of it, and I cut in, I go, man, that's great, right? But the cutting off of creativity, common creativity, innovation, forward motion of, I'm trying to think of the name. But anyways, yeah, cutting off the creative outlet to use a song as an intro, I think that's what needs to be worked out. And it seems as though the YT platform, whatever platform, I mean, they're going to have their own terms of service, but it might not be constitutional law pertaining to copyright and fair use and non-monetization. And they're trying to figure out how to use the monetization now in copyright, so forth, and how far you got to take it. But just automatically suing each other because I just used 10 seconds of this guy's video is stupid and ludicrous and very amateur for somebody. You know what? You know what? Maybe he deserves to get sued. I mean, but he's a dumbass. I mean, if you really, I mean, that's the way the justice system works too. I mean, Reader's a dumbass, and I mean, just putting himself out there to be sued because he's that big of a dumbass. But I mean, what do? You just, are you here to make videos, or make videos to help try to build a case to sue people and each other, right? Are you on a video production platform to make videos, right? It just seems like one big swinging contest where it's stupid. It's stupid.
In the exact same video, he is using footage from The Powered Dusty, which is a live streaming channel. So now we're at 2 content creators that can sue him and be very successful.
I don't think so, because he looks like he's actually part of the conversation. It might go back to your recording laws. And it might go back to, your one party versus 2 party type thing. But there again, if I'm part of a panel, I want to be able to replay it. And maybe it was a panel is a good thing where I want to help promote, not so much support. See, that's what these idiots, the street network naggers, street level thug, right? You're supporting them with, No, it's promoting them. Even if somebody I don't like, you're getting promoted on my channel, I might try my best not to. But if somebody, but that's why they wanted the rodent right all over my channel because, well, why would you give the rodent what he wants? Again, helping him get what he wants, especially weasel his way in with the Glaze and Dean there. Oh, dude, these guys are so crispy done.
In court, at least at the pleading stage, because he has confessed to using ripping softwares and their footage is being used. Let's find out how many more people can sue him. Now, don't quote me on this, but I believe this video belongs to the channel Manuel Mata or it's auditing Erie County. Regardless, one of these two people can now sue him. And then on top of that, he uses footage from WDRB.com.
You know what? If you're monetized, and I think that's why he's basing, yes, they can sue him. But if there's some transformative, that's why, like, when I restream things, it's usually audio. There's different video going on. And even the bad audio still is a parameter of transformative work. Just saying, if you didn't realize that. Anyways, I think we got the gist of this, but Frauditor Troll is a dumbass, and I got other things to do, but it's always fun debunking idiots that think, sue, 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 sue. But, what if it's such an elaborate type program that, Frauditor Troll obviously has his targets that he wants to target for some reason, and then when he gets swung back on, victim, 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 victim type thing we've seen to, ensue smear campaigns. And there's a lot of COINTELPRO play fighting with Scumrin and Vic, right? Getting a restraining order, no big deal. Vic's like, I forgive you, buddy. But at that time, it was a big deal. Like, I was actually kind of fighting hard to make sure that Vic got a lawyer to go against Scumrin to appeal it, or it might set some precedent. But all of a sudden, it seemed like they wanted that precedent set. Kind of like little Rai Rai with his, not Urban Disciple Rai Rai, but NV Cap Rai Rai. Getting some precedent set on, pred catching becomes vigilanteism. Good job, little Ryan. But these guys are trying to set precedent, and it's a bunch of fuckery back and forth, even if a bunch of people are play fighting, but they use one good creator like DirectD, use him as their centerpiece, try to make him into a pawn to help all the play fighting play out, to help create laws about copyright and ripping and downloading and recording and transformative work and what it defines and monetization, and it's stupid. And thanks for tuning in and checking this out. Peace out.